Welcome back for the commercial Benedict Sports Direct. My name is Phil John Quartey. Like I told you before the break today, we are giving opportunity to children because it's an International Children's Day, and we'll be joined by 4 pupils or students from the Hydeson school here at East Legon, the nation's capital, for us to talk about children's rights and also do some sports with them. Chidema is around, Daros is around, Irene and Kofi, all of them are in the studio. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. I'll say so. How are you guys?
We're fine. Yes, we're fine.
You're cool?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure today is a very joyous day, being a Children's International Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very joyous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let me start with you. What is International Children's Day? What does it mean to you? What is International Children's Day?
Okay. So in my perspective, International Children's Day is a day set aside to advocate for and champion the rights of children. So this year, the theme for International Children's Day is Listen to the Future. So International Children's Day is a day that children get to come out, speak, and actually get to have a say on what they feel like is going on and how they feel like they are being treated.
Okay, what are some of the rights of a child? Let me ask you, some of the rights of a child. What is some of them?
Children need rights to fair hearing. Just like us we are doing over here, children need to be heard, to voice out their views on how they are being treated. So if we come here to, like what we are doing today, we are exposing the fair hearing of what we are doing.
Okay, let me get to you. What is the situation whereby the rights of the child is not respected? How do you guys feel when your rights are not respected?
Like if we are not given the proper rights, so maybe a child has an idea that can benefit people or a country, and if they are not heard, it can lead to maybe lack of development, and maybe the child will lack self-esteem. So yeah, the rights give us a backing and then the support we need to be able to be respected members of society, even though we are children.
Okay, do you share the same opinion, just like I said, that the child right is very important and that you need to be respected? Do you share the same opinion? Tell me why. If you can speak a little bit for me, speak up a little bit.
Because as children, we are vulnerable. And if there's war, we cannot fight for ourselves, but our parents can fight for ourselves. I mean, look at us. How can we hold an AK-47 and go for war? That is not possible. So I think, yeah, children's rights should be respected.
Quite interesting. The kids at Hydeson School know about child's rights. They believe that their right is very, very important. You don't need to be in the United Kingdom or the United States because your rights will be respected. They believe that child right is very, very important. But just before we move away and go to elections and do sports quickly, how would you feel if the children not here in the capital or the countryside, what we call the villages, their rights are not respected? How would you feel if it's that way? I mean, children in the village, if you don't respect their rights, I'm sure it's not something good.
I don't feel happy because if, for example, my rights are not being respected, I'll feel trauma and anxiety. I'll run away and become a refugee in another country just to seek my rights. I want my rights to be respected.
Okay, that's quite interesting there. Okay, go ahead.
In the rural areas, like there are many outmoded customs that are practiced, like female genital mutilation, the trochosis system, and these are all things that go against the rights of the children, especially the female child. So yeah, since when they are not respected, these things can happen, and it leads to the children not getting their dreams and their aspirations. Yeah. Okay,
so what would you tell authorities regarding why they must ensure that child rights is respected? What would you tell authorities? What would you tell them? I mean, the government or those that are supposed to be responsible, what would you tell them?
The people who are in charge of the country, like the government, and that they should bring policies that focus on children, like for example, better education policies. Whether it doesn't matter who is coming to power, if they bring the good education policies that we need, to benefit the children.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Okay, let's get away from that one and talk about peaceful election. It's very, very important. If you have to develop, if my children have to develop, what do you make of peaceful election? Recently, there were elections held in some part of West Africa. Ghanaians are preparing for peaceful election. What's your fair idea what peaceful election is all about?
Okay, so I'd say a peaceful election is an election free of oppression and where there's a state of tranquility and harmony. And through a peaceful election, we have a peaceful environment. And if there's a peaceful environment, children are allowed to breed. And if there's like, for example, let's take northern Nigeria, for example.
Yeah.
You have the
I
likes
knew you were
of
going to
the-
talk about that one.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you have the likes of the Boko Haram.
Yeah.
So over there, children are not allowed to walk. Children are in fear. They can't walk around freely because they are thinking, oh, if I let me just go and buy something, I'll cross my house, I might get kidnapped. And they're scared. And they think that, oh, maybe if I go here, I might be... Look at Sudan, for example. When there's, like, handing over of power, there's wars. And then, like, if you look at Sudan now, they have, like, the highest amount of displaced children. And in everything they do is we, the children that are getting affected, and the adults defend themselves. Some of them run away and leave their children. And we are left here to depend and suffer for ourselves. And it's not fair at all. Because we're the ones who suffer. We're the ones who have to go. Look at now, we even have like a Liberia camp in Ghana, the Bujumbura camp. Over there, you see children whose dreams are not being respected. Some of them had dreams to be doctors, lawyers. That will help develop their country. But because of the wars in their country, they had to flee. And now they are over there. They don't have any rights because some of them don't even have the education on the rights they are supposed to have. So a peaceful election it entails a lot of stuff. So I feel like we need a peaceful election because it entails a peaceful environment and it can help the society a lot.
Okay, what is your message to all the political parties who are trying to win and govern us? What would you tell them? Because peaceful environment is very good for your development. What would you tell the political parties?
I would tell the political parties to have patience and prevent conflict, because in what they do, if they bring conflict around, we the children will suffer dearly, like what she said. If there is no peace, we will be displaced, we will be refugees in different countries. So I'm begging all political parties that they should have peaceful elections during, before, and after it.
Okay. Well, just before I let the kids do, Saturday, this is a sporting avenue. They have to talk about the Black Stars. They are eager to talk about sports. One of their tutors is our in-house sports analyst in Kojo Nunes. He's in the studio. The Black Stars failed to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. I'm sure as a football fan, you're worried.
Yes, I am. The Black Stars perform below average because their average standard, they are really good because we are ranked 73rd in Africa. So
say again?
73rd in
Okay,
Africa.
go ahead.
So, and then to be such a good national team and not even qualify for the AFCON, it speaks a lot about their performance. And I think that some causes are like we don't have managerial stability because we are switching managers there, left, right, and there because we can't stick with one person. So, yeah, the Black Stars didn't perform to our expectations.
What do you make of the Black Stars' performance? Were you disappointed as a young girl? Maybe if you had gone to the African accommodations, you'd be happy. One day you go to school and be smiling. Were you disappointed as a fan?
Yes, very, because we're expecting them to do very well, but then unfortunately they didn't do their best. And I feel like some challenges that they go through are like pressure and expectations. There's a lot of pressure from the press and citizens from them to do well. And when they don't do well, they start insulting them. Let's take Asamoah, for example.
Yeah.
When he did not score his penalty, the citizens of Ghana insulted him, and this brought down his lack of confidence. So I feel like as citizens and Ghanaians, we should try and support our Black Stars through thick and thin.
Okay, let me go to you. I'm sure you know a lot about football. There are sayings already in town that we should change our coach because he didn't let us qualify. Do you share the same opinion?
No, please, I do not share the same opinion.
You don't think we should fire our coach?
Please, I don't think we
Why?
should fire him. Because if our coach stays for a little while, the players can adjust to him. Let's take the England side, for example.
Yeah.
Gareth Southgate, he coached England, and the players adjust to him. That's the reason why England was prosperous. They made it to the Euros twice, the Euro finals twice. So I think if we stick to Otuado for the meantime, Ghana can become a prosperous nation and once again come back to our football strength.
Well, that's quite interesting from the case from the high school eastern part of Ghana. We're talking about East Legon. Quite interesting for them. The kids are quite brilliant with the suggestions and also their submission right over here. Well, Nigeria has made it to the African nation. I'm sure there's a jamboree on the street of Lagos and Abuja. You should be very excited.
We're actually very happy. I mean, because some of the countries like Ghana, like they didn't qualify. And I mean, Nigeria, as a Nigerian, I'm actually happy.
You'll be deported.
Yeah, oh, want to be deported. I mean, I'm supporting my country.
Okay.
I feel like Nigeria has actually done very well in the AFCONs this year, and I'm even praying that we win the. I know we win the cup, because we're good. Yeah, we're really good. So,
Okay. Well, just before the Africa Cup of Nations will start, Chidema believes that the Super Eagles will win. We'll wait and see. Well, Kate, thank you very much for passing through International Day, well celebrated here in the studio. We get the opportunity to children to express themselves on social issue. Chidema, Darius, Irene, and Kokofi, thank you very much for passing through, and hope to see you once again on national issues.
Yes.
Well, this is Sports Direct. My name is Phil John Quartey.